hang out on lunch break as we break down the nominees for the class of 2020. Plus, I can't sing, but I do have a passion for mailbox makeovers. I'll explain what that is all about. Also, LeBron James in hot water today. We're going to tell you what he said that set Twitter on fire.
It's your lunch break with Jay Crawford.
I'm officially on TikTok. It's a big step for me. It's a big step for me. I just figured it out. With that, I say welcome to Lunch Break. Hello. I'm Jay Crawford. Lynna in for the second straight day. Good to have you in. Do you know what TikTok is?
Yes, we know.
I just figured it out yesterday.
That's awesome.
I heard all the kids are doing it. And so it's a video, but you add audio to make it funny. And I'm just now learning that whole world. It's very exciting to me.
See, now we're going to have to follow.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has released its list of nominees for the class of 2020. And there are some huge names in here, and I'm a little conflicted as to who my favorite is. So maybe we can work this out right now.
Yeah, so here's a little taste of who they are.
PPA, no info for the DEA. Federal agents mad cause I flagrant tap myself and the phone in the basement. But I'm gonna break my rusty cage.
Oh, what a great sound. I want all of those acts to get in. I really do. Let's run through all of the names. There are, I think, 16. 9 first-time nominees. Pat Benatar is a first-time nominee. Dave Matthews Band, also a first-time nominee. I think Dave Matthews Band is my favorite, although Notorious B.I.G. is going to be really close for me. Depeche Mode, Doobie Brothers. You were singing along.
Yeah. Whitney Houston, Judas Priest, Kraftwerk, and MC5.
Okay, I would say Whitney's the slam dunk of this class. Motorhead, 9 Inch Nails, a Cleveland connection. Notorious B.I.G. I mentioned, and Rufus featuring Chaka Khan.
Also on the list, Todd Rundgren, Soundgarden, T-Rex, and Thin Lizzy.
So there are some Cleveland connections in here as we scroll through the names. Pat Benatar's husband and guitarist is from Parma. 9 Inch Nails was formed by Trent Reznor in Cleveland back in 1988, so that's a huge Cleveland tie. And Todd Rundgren, of course, was huge here back in the day. He credits Cleveland and WMMS and the Agora for launching his career.
Yes, they launched a lot of careers here. The first commercial recording has had to have been released at least 25 years ago. So typically half dozen acts will be inducted, and inductees will be announced in January. The ceremony is May 2nd, and at the Rock Hall, the ceremony will be here in Cleveland.
So it goes back and forth now, right?
Between
Cleveland
us and New York.
And New York, Cleveland and New York. I think personally, I think it should be in Cleveland every year. I think you would agree with that.
Yes, we roll out the red carpet. New York's like, whatever.
I know, we get all excited for it. It's a huge event. And in New York, it kind of gets lost in the hype of the Big Apple, which a lot of things do. But, I think for what it's worth, it should be here in Cleveland. Do you have a favorite of those acts that you really want to see in?
Whitney Houston. I mean, who doesn't love her with the permy hair back then?
I know.
With the big bow.
I defy anyone to Google her national anthem at the Super Bowl in Tampa, 90, the Gulf War was going on. I still can't.
Rendition.
I hear that and I get moved by it every time. Anyhow, if you're wondering how these acts of 16 will be whittled down to the final 6 or so that get in, that's a good thing to wonder. Andy Leach is going to join us on lunch break a little bit later. He's from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he's going to tell us all about the process and how this happens. Okay. LeBron James is in Twitter hot water. It comes on the heels of his first comments on the controversy swirling around the NBA and China. This is complicated.
Sorry.
So I'm going to try to break this down. China, by some estimates, pays $4 billion a year to the NBA. They are a huge business partner. So LeBron has decided now to weigh in on this, and we want to explain it, what's going on. Hong Kong and China are obviously at odds. Hong Kong is an independent region, but is under Chinese control. They have a capitalist society. China wants more control over Hong Kong. Hong Kong obviously wants less Chinese influence. This is relevant now because the NBA was doing a show and tell week in China. They were going to play a couple of preseason games there featuring LeBron and the Lakers as well as the Brooklyn Nets. Before the scheduled games were played, Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey sent out this tweet. It said, "Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong." As you can imagine, that tweet enraged China because even though Hong Kong is a region, as I mentioned, with its own laws, China wants more control over it. So what's happened here since the original tweet is the league has backtracked in many ways, and there have been a slew of apologies from NBA players to China, basically saying, we're sorry, we didn't mean to offend. So the NBA's in this tough spot. Now LeBron James comes out last night and makes this comment, which seems to have only made things worse. Listen.
I don't want to get into a word or sentence feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand, and he spoke. And so many people could have been harmed, not only financially, but physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what we tweet and we say and what we do, even though, yes, we do have freedom of speech.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack there. The thing that jumped out to me was people could have been harmed financially.
Right.
This is all about money, and this is all about business. And for LeBron and his brand, obviously he has a show on HBO called The Shop, and the show, basically, its premise is to confront social injustices wherever they occur. And this may be one of the biggest social injustices globally, and he's decided to take the side of the NBA and money, and it's got a lot of folks steamed.
Yeah. And a lot of people are on Twitter. He is taking it on the chin for what they say is his hypocrisy. So you are going to speak out against social injustice, but not this? Yeah.
It does rub a lot of folks the wrong way, and it's also it sort of is the ultimate irony because he does talk about social injustice in the United States, and recently made a comment where he basically said, be damned, any criticism that I take when I see injustices, I'm going to speak out against them, and he took great applause for that. But now, where $4 billion is at stake with the NBA, he's quickly deciding, hey, this could impact, and it will impact his financial bottom line because he has deals with China that will certainly become in jeopardy because of these statements. One way or another, China and the NBA, this is coming to a huge head. The NBA stands to lose $4 billion with the B dollars annually. Don't think for a second that that won't dramatically affect the way the NBA does business.
You know, and I appreciate that people are getting more educated about what's happening in China, but then my other thing is, why now? Okay, so just a little backstory. My mom escaped from communist China and fled to Hong Kong decades ago. There have been decades of human rights abuses. Why now? Where was the outrage when David Stern brought the NBA to China in 1987?
Yeah, absolutely. It is a big issue now because Hong Kong.
Sure.
And interestingly enough, the Rockets are the #1 team in China because they signed Yao Ming, and has totally changed the face of sport in the entire country. We'll continue to follow that story closely. What's clicking in Cleveland? For that, we bring in digital anchor Stephanie Haney. Good afternoon, Stephanie.
Hi, Jay. Hi, Lynna. A little bit lighter story for you. What's clicking today is Jennifer Aniston is on Instagram. This is huge news. She's been on Instagram of some of her many friends, but she's joined this morning. She's already got 234,000 followers, and it's going up tens of thousands every time I check back. I've literally been clicking on it all day. I can't even get in because so many people are trying to file Jennifer Aniston.
I have that problem with my account.
Right, same, right? The very first photo that she posted was her and her 6 friends. And this is the first photo that we have seen of the 6 of them together in a very long time. Jennifer Aniston is also very vocal about the fact that she'd be open to doing a Friends reunion. So I don't know, maybe we're feeling some rumors here.
Yeah,
I like that rumor. I like that rumor. I too have tried to follow. It won't let me in. That means too many people are trying at once. And we, just before the show started, she has had like 197,000 followers. So she's added 37,000 followers in 12 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, Friends is having a moment right now, okay? Because there are high schoolers now who are huge Friends fans.
Yeah, it's a whole new generation is learning of the Friends phenomenon. Don't go anywhere. More lunch break straight ahead.
Next on the menu, Mailbox Makeover. Jay is showing us why your mailbox is your home's first impression and is helping, or trying to help, Mike Polk spruce up his mailbox.
Big night tonight in politics. It's the fourth Democratic presidential debate. It happens at Otterbein University in Westerville, Ohio, down near Columbus.
And here with tips on how to watch it, we send it back to Stephanie.
Yes, we have very good news for people, especially watching our live stream, that want to watch the debate tonight. If you have internet access, you will be able to watch tonight's Democratic primary debate. As Jay and Lynna said, it's coming from Otterbein University in Westerville. You can watch it for free without cable. Now, there will be 12 candidates there, but we will not see Ohio Representative Tim Ryan this time, even though we saw him in September. He did not qualify under DNC rules. He would have needed to reach at least 2% in 4 qualifying polls and raise money from 130,000 unique donors in order to get a spot on the stage tonight. But that does not mean that he is out of the running. In fact, Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard didn't qualify for the September debate, but she is back tonight. Our 3 News team in Westerville will keep us updated all day long on our streams and WKYC.com. The main event is at 8 p.m. tonight, airing on TV on CNN, but streaming for free on CNN.com, NYTimes.com, and also for free on all CNN platforms, including their mobile apps.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. Some very helpful information there. Okay, so I'm going to find out a lot about you right now, Lynna.
Okay.
Your home mailbox, is it on a post or is it on your house?
It's on a post in front of my house.
Now, how do you view that mailbox? Like, do you pay a lot of attention to it, or is it just an object that collects your mail?
I try to pay attention to it because it's right there by my driveway, the first thing that people see.
Okay.
But it looks nice, but there is a little rust.
Okay.
Are you
so
saying
it could
that
use
that's
a makeover. It could, listen, if it could use a makeover, I could be your guy.
Okay.
I have this weird thing that I think the mailbox is hugely important. It's your calling card to your house. It's your welcome mat.
Yeah.
So I try to spruce it up as much as I can, and I think I recently got Mike Polk on the mailbox makeover bandwagon. We had fun. Take a look. So I'm in front of my house, and the first thing you see when you come to someone's house is the mailbox. it's kind of the calling card. So I always like to spruce it up a little bit. I was sitting at work next to one of my desk mates, Mike Polk, and I was trying to explain to him how there's an art to decorating the mailbox, and he wasn't buying it. But he did agree to let me help him out a little bit.
Yeah, apparently Jay's really into mailboxes in general. I don't know what that's all about, but I agreed to be a part of this. All right, so tell me a little bit about your history with this mailbox situation.
Are you judging me right now, by the way?
No, I mean, yeah, I've already judged you. Now, how I got involved, I have no idea. I think we just needed a driver.
You have a mailbox.
I do have a mailbox.
Yours is on the house.
It is.
That's kind of a whole new genre for me.
Yeah, well, it's got to be exciting.
Well, it's a new day.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's the nicest one. Look, it's got a light on top.
Let's get out and look at this.
Yeah, I think that's a great
Let's go out
idea.
and take a look. Now, this bad boy here, this one caught your eye. Tell me why.
Well, it has great bones, and it's going to be here 50 years from now. It's going to look exactly the same. I would turf all of this grass up, put some topsoil and some plants and flowers down, mulch it out. You've got a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. This needs some help.
It needs some help.
Yeah, it needs a lot of work.
Okay. Sorry, we're just looking at mailboxes. We're just big fans. There she is in all her glory.
Yep.
Menards.
It's waiting for us.
Yep.
Ready to see what they have.
Yeah. Do you have a mailbox section? Where would that be?
Here you go.
Look at this.
This is the kind of polished brass nickel type, so maybe we should be consistent and go with those numbers.
Sure. Okay.
So let's throw that in here.
I kind of like this thing.
Yeah, I really like it.
All right,
I'm a fan.
Is this all right? Is that working there? You guys not like these? I don't know how to do this.
This is very colorful. It's got a lot of different colors in there. Very autumnal.
Okay. Let's do that.
But if you like the black-eyed Susans, let's go with one of these.
This is good. You've got everything we need to make my mailbox wonderful.
You got it, and more.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
Wish us luck.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Bye now.
We'll be back next week.
You see what I was up against here.
But you know what? It wasn't nearly as bad as you made it sound.
All right. Well, I think you're just being nice. and I
No, that's not
appreciate
true.
that.
That's not true.
See what I've learned about these things.
Patience is best.
Yeah. I like this color scheme that you went with, though.
Like the polished brass kind of vibe.
On black, and it fits with the house and everything. I think it's going to look nice.
I think we're classing up the joint as we speak. You said you're good at holding things.
I'm great. This is where I really come in handy. We can just eyeball it. Oh, I feel it getting beautified. Look out, neighbors. You don't have me to kick around anymore.
This is going to set it off. And we'll put the pea gravel in there. That'll hold the pot in place.
Nice. See, this is another thing I'm good at. I want to show this. Removing things that we're done with and throwing them away. This is what I'm good at in home repair. I feel like I'm like in a fancy upper middle class person's house. How about it, man? What do you think, world? My life starts today. It does. This is it, you guys. New man.
Okay, did you hang up a swear word? Why was that blurred out?
That's my favorite part
Mike
about
is here.
that. Oh, hi.
Mike is here.
God,
Come on in, Mike.
Thank you so much for changing my life. I do love that you blurred my house numbers if people are going to try
did that
and
for your
find...
protection.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'd be beating the door down otherwise. But let me tell you, first of all, that was a great experience.
Yeah.
My neighbors are just raving about me now. They
Is it the talk of the neighborhood?
It is. Everybody loves it. My whole life's changed. Honestly, it's just great.
Is the pot still alive?
The pot's still alive. The flowers are dead. We shot that like 2 weeks ago. I mean, they weren't going to last forever. And I
So you
forgot to
haven't
water
watered it once?
It doesn't matter. Listen, I had a good time. I like how when we went into that, you were worried that I was going to make fun of you for it, but I really found you to be sincere, and I had a good time with you. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time. I laughed for 3 hours straight.
Do you want to go on another man adventure with me?
I'm down.
Next time it's on me, we're going thrift store shopping. I'm taking you
I'm
thrift
in.
store shopping, all
Listen,
right?
I'm totally in
I'm
for
going
that.
to show you the world of thrift store shopping. That's what I'm into. Do you care to join us?
No, it's a man adventure.
Oh, all right. Never mind. All right.
That's what you do.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I like thrifting.
Listen, I love reuse, so I'm all about that.
Okay.
And I think it's only, I'd be a fair sport.
Okay.
I'm along.
I owe you one.
Yes,
all right?
absolutely.
So thank you. Thanks for changing my life.
I tried.
You did.
I tried.
I'm
All right,
just
fine.
glad that nobody called the cops on you two snooping around the mailbox.
We had a scary moment where we thought that was going to
That's
happen.
okay. I'll bail you out.
Mike Polk, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Much more lunch break straight ahead.
Next on the menu.
The Rock Hall nominees are out. Coming up on Lunch Break, we'll go behind the scenes to tell you how they're selected.
checking. Hey, hey. Welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall.
Welcome back to Lunch Break. Beautiful day out there.
So nice.
I don't know what we've done to deserve this, but I'm thankful for it. 60 degrees right now. It's going to go to a high of 68. Gorgeous, clear skies. Welcome back to Lunch Break. Hope your Tuesday's been a good one. You ready to rock out right now?
We are.
We told you earlier in the show about all of the nominees for this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, actually for the 2020 induction. There's so much more to discuss because Lynna and I have questions. And Andy Leach is the Senior Director of the Library and Archives at the Rock Hall, and he's with us now. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
So how many do we think get in? Is there a standard number, and how do you determine entry?
Right. So out of the 16 nominees that are on the ballot today, about 5 to 7 will end up being inducted. And that starts with the fan vote today. That's open. I personally voted this morning. Everyone can vote once a day up until January 10th.
And you're voting for 5 acts, right?
You vote for your favorite 5 nominees. You could even change it each day if you want. But yeah, then that gets tallied up into a fan ballot, which then gets tallied up along with all the other ballots that have gone out then to all the artists who are already inductees and other people in the music business and historians. That'll get tallied up in January, and then inductees will be announced. And then we're happy to say the induction ceremony is back here in Cleveland on May 2nd.
Good thing.
Who would you say are the dark horse nominees this year?
Ooh, dark horse nominees.
I mean, because Whitney Houston, I mean, I just feel that she is just a shoo-in.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll say that the nominees that I really hope get in are the ones that have been on the ballot a few times already. So I'll say, the MC5 is one of those. Kraftwerk. I hope this is their year because they've been on the ballot a long time.
So they're the Susan Lucci of Rock Hall.
Always the bridesmaid. So here's a question for you. I guess there's more than 1,000 voters. What does it take for induction? Is there a threshold? They have to be on 70% of the votes? How does that work?
Oh, for induction, I think it's basically just the nominees that get the most votes out of all of those ballots.
Got it.
So yeah, that's how it is.
Do you have any good stories? Rock and roll is loaded with great stories behind the scenes. Do you have one favorite story that you like to tell people that involves a band that we would all know, something that you've seen or heard about?
Oh, personally at the museum.
Sure.
I mean, maybe the greatest day of my own career was when Chuck Berry came to the museum.
Wow.
Came over to the Library and Archives where I work, and I got to show him around a little bit. That was
that would be cool.
It was several years ago, but it was right here in Cleveland.
Come on, Chuck, let me show you the place. How do fans vote?
Fans can go to Google. That's the best way. The easiest way, just go to Google and search for Rock Hall Fan Vote. You can also just search for your favorite nominee, and you'll find that same ballot. So you can do it there. You can do it on rockhall.com. You can also come to the museum and do it in our Hall of Fame gallery.
Or at WKYC.com.
And
on our
idea.
app, we have the links for all of it,
do it
too.
there. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
That's a really cool
You and Chuck go way back.
More lunch break right after this. Did you get some cool? All right, another lunch break in the book. You back tomorrow?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Very good. I'll be here. Stephanie will be here. We hope you will be here. See you tomorrow. Have a good day.
Thanks for making 3 News a part of your afternoon. Watch us live wherever you are, on our website, on our apps, and on Hulu and Roku. No matter where you are, 3 News is there.